Hey guys, it's Daryl. It's Thursday morning, and boy, have I been thinking about this Colin Kaepernick. It's way more than that, though. I've been thinking about this, and I kind of hurried back to make. I want to talk about this more. I realized that there's not just one issue. There's a lot. There's two or three issues at least here. Ideally, I make these videos in this channel because I'd like to have. I love the feeling when I read a Trump supporter's comment or something, and we start to get some kind of conversation going. We don't agree on a lot, but at least we're talking. And we could have a little mutual respect starting. That's a great feeling. I started thinking about it that it's easy. It's easy to anger somebody. It's easy to scare people. It's easy to blow out more rhetoric. And I did, like I said in this last video, I said I did take one of my videos down this morning, which I rarely do, because I looked at it and I wasn't proud of it. I didn't like it. It was starting to gather some likes and some views, but I was like, you know what? I'm not proud of this video. I don't like it, and I'm glad I took it down now. Let me start here. Empathy. I like to use empathy since I've been in recovery. It helps me with dealing with other people so I don't get as angry to deal in conflict. And for people that aren't sure, empathy, it's not sympathy. I used to think it's weak. It sounds weak. It's not. It's putting myself in somebody else's position, trying to understand why they're angry. Why, if they insult me, why? If I were them, why would I be mad at me? Why would I say that? Why would I call myself an asshole? Why, and put yourself deep in that person's position. Why is this person saying this to me? Why are they feeling this way? And then, and you don't have to, it's not agreeing with that person. Then you go back, I go back to my position, and I'm better able to address this person's fear or this person's anger, because now I put myself in their position and I understand it a little better. Now it's easier to find a middle ground to instead of just wandering around and insulting each other without hitting on the main topic, which brings me to the Kaepernick, the kneeling and all that. I started thinking about this and I realized there is two completely separate issues here. Okay, we have Trump and Trump supporters and the people that consider themselves patriotic, and they're very angry. What they see is a wealthy football star disrespecting the flag, trying to get attention. That's what they see. All right, Kaepernick's side, the side of people that agree with him, and I am not going to say my opinion here because I want to do an overview. I'm trying to be. I don't have any experience in journalism, but I'm trying to be more objective. All right. So the side of Kaepernick now they're concerned. There's a lot of shooting deaths of people of color being what's it called when you profile a subject, and a lot of people of color were being shot, running away without a gun. It was happening quite a bit. It got to the point where there was, when you talk to most inner city people or people of color, they knew somebody in their family, one of their friends. It happened to them. They've been pulled over 20 times in the last month just going to school, or making a quick move, guns drawn, or somebody actually being killed. This is Kaepernick's point. He used kneeling as a form of protest to bring attention to his point. His point was not about kneeling. His point was to bring attention to the possibility that maybe we need less racial profiling, that maybe officers need more training, because it would seem that officers, I'll get to that more in a second. But see, so we're talking about two separate issues here. One side is talking about kneeling and disrespecting the flag. The other side use that as a form to bring attention. Because let's be honest, if a black person just on the street said, tried to bring up this subject, nobody'd hear it. Because Kaepernick is an NFL football player, and because the visibility of his protest there on the field at the beginning of a football game where millions of people see it, he used that to draw attention to the subject, the real issue that he wanted to talk about. And that was not, his issue was not about standing or kneeling during. So we got two sides that aren't even seeing eye to eye. There is no middle ground because the two sides are on different fields, you know? So I started thinking about this empathy, okay? Now, how can the Trump side, I started to think, it's like they will never, I will never know what it's like to be a black person. I'll never know what it's like to have my uncle shot in the back. I'll never know what it's like to be pulled over 20 times just going to school. I'll never know, you know, 'cause my life experience just won't include that. So I could kind of see how Trump supporters and Trump, because their life experience will never have them know that fear. Say I was a father and I had an 18-year-old son, a black father with a black son. Every day when my son goes into a community college, say in Chicago, I'd be scared. You know, is he going to get pulled over? And just he's going to get a cop that's a little scared or a little jittery, a little too much coffee. Maybe his partner got shot and killed. And, you know, is my son going to die today? That'd be a real fear. I mean, if this happened, you know, it's happening a lot. So we, like the other side, just being a white person, I can't understand. My situation will never allow for me to really understand that. But I could try. I could do the best I can. This is where education comes in, sociology, crime statistics. If you want to get to the bottom of this, education, you gotta try to understand what's going on here, why people are scared, why people of color are scared, and I can understand why they're scared. Now, putting myself on the other side, the policeman's side, say I was a cop in Chicago, say two of my partners, two people in the department have been shot in the last month. As I'm walking up to the car, all of a sudden, I don't follow my training, but I start thinking about my daughter and my wife. And instead of concentrating on the subject and his movements and all the proof, I'm starting to get scared because I picture my daughter growing up, without me to give her away at the wedding. I start getting nervous. I'll be like, I'll be damned if that's going to happen to me. You know, what's this guy going to do? Oh my God. And that's where all of a sudden, before you know it, you got a cop that maybe, I don't know anything about police training, but maybe, you got fear. And next thing you know, you have an innocent kid shot, a cop's life ruined. It's fear, it's misunderstanding, it's miseducation. Try to put yourself in the other people's position. Then my last video I realized so basically you have two different issues with the side on each, four different sides really. You have the protesting, and is it okay to kneel during the national anthem, having nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick or anything. Is that okay form of protest? Then you have the other issue where a lot of people of color are being profiled and subsequently shot in the back, or shot without guns, or shot without a reason, or pulled over without a reason, or racially profiled. And that's another issue. And then I realized in my last video, I brought up the point of, freedom of speech. Is it okay for Trump to use his office to influence Kaepernick being fired? That now we're talking about a fifth issue. A lot of issues here. It's not a simple subject. But empathy, putting yourself in the other person's position. I didn't even realize that basically the two sides aren't even talking about the same thing. Kaepernick, like I said, is talking about black people of color being profiled. And we, as white people, will never understand that. Our life experience, we could try to, but we'll never understand that. And subsequently, the Trump supporters don't understand why Kaepernick is kneeling. All they see is a wealthy football star kneeling and disrespecting the flag from their point of view. And they don't understand why. And they probably never will, because our life experience doesn't allow it. So the best you can do is educate yourself and try to use empathy. Try to understand the other person's point of view. Is this person really disrespecting the flag? I mean, did he set the flag on fire? Does he hate the flag? No. Does he hate America? No. He's scared, man. And I can understand why. Once I put myself if I was a father, and I had a black son and I was a black father, I'd be terrified every day when that kid went to school, to a community college. Is today the day that an antsy cop, and I can understand why the cop's antsy. You know, they're all valid points. Just something to think about. Do I have any answers? No, but a start is talking about it. And I'm glad I took down that video. I don't want to inflame the situation. Inflaming it, making people angry. You know, I support Kaepernick. Hell yeah, my hero. That's great and everything, but it doesn't solve any problems. It doesn't, you know, it's just going to inflame things more. Let's talk about the problems, the issues, why people are scared, why people are being profiled, why black people are being profiled more. I'll talk about that in my next video, profiling. Yeah, all right, and then, do white people commit more crime? Do all people commit more crime? Does color have anything to do with it? I got some things to say about this, because back when I was buying drugs, I went to certain areas to buy certain drugs, and it was a fact that those certain ethnic areas sold certain drugs. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to talk about that in my next video. All right, so I hope I didn't inflame anybody, but I hope I can open some dialogue here so we can all talk and understand each other better. That's my goal. All right, have a good day.